One of the things that I'm going to go through a list of a few that are what I would consider skills that do not translate. And then I'll tell you another list of skills that I think do translate. And as you go forward, hopefully from your own perspective, you'll get an idea, or you'll start to look at your game or other people's game a little differently and try to figure out in your own mind what parts of your games want to translate. So here's a couple ideas relative to which skills do not translate. So shots from outside 25 feet with no deception. That means no feet moving, no ability to shoot through traffic. If you're out 25 feet and you think you got a rocket that you're blowing past a Bantam goalie, that skill may not translate when you get to the next level. It might not be hard enough, it might not be good enough if you have no deception. A linear shot release. We talked about this a little bit. Linear shot release is, puck is here, and when you shoot it, it stays in the same line. Goalies are quicker to get squared to the puck at the next level. If you're not able to pull the puck or change the level of where that puck is, if that's the way you're going to shoot, you're going to struggle scoring goals when everyone's better. Top speed without change of speed. So we get a lot of guys who excel because they're fast, but they can't change speed. They have no real deceleration. We've talked about that and we've worked through that. It doesn't matter how fast your top end speed is, it's how quickly you can go from a quarter speed or no speed to top speed. And it's in change of speed, that's what translates. And if you could be very quick, but if you can't change speeds quickly and have a wide range of ability to go from a lower speed to a higher speed, that's going to be a problem. Rushing defenseman without ice awareness or number conscious. So what that means is that you got a rushing defenseman, a guy who likes to get the puck and go down the ice, and he's going to go end to end. That's got a very short lifespan. Because if you get to the offensive blue line and 3 guys are standing still waiting for you to make a play, and you're just going to dump it in at that point because you got no room, that's going to be a problem. So what rushing defensemen are is guys now that they bring the puck up a certain part of the ice to allow people to get moving, and they're number conscious. They know how many numbers that they have with them, and they're able to make plays, and they might continue without the puck to the front of the net, but they may not be able to go end to end. That's a skill that I think has a shorter lifespan. So unless you have good ice awareness and are number conscious, that's going to be a skill that you're going to leave behind. Danglers without ice vision. So you get the one guy who he's got great hands and he can beat the first guy, that's fine. But if you don't have ice vision after you beat the first guy to be able to take advantage of positional rotations, is at the next level, when you beat a guy, there's going to be a rotation. And in the middle of that rotation is your opportunity to make passes through passing lanes that weren't there before. So if you can beat one guy, that's fantastic. But then if you don't have the ice vision to be able to make plays after that, that's going to be a problem. So some guys get so enthralled by their own abilities to beat guys one-on-one, they try to beat the next guy one-on-one. Then of course that becomes a problem. So danglers without ice vision could have a short lifespan. Straight line speed without efficiency. This is a guy who between the blue lines is going to take 10 or 12 steps. As opposed to, and he's quick, he's really fast, but when he gets there, he's tired. You just can't do that over and over and over again and expect to have a wide lifespan. You have to be quick through the neutral zone, there's no question, but you have to do it with efficiency. If you can do it within 5 or 6 steps between the blue lines, now we're talking. But if it takes you 8, 10, 12 steps, that's going to be a problem over time. Toughness without net drive. So you're a forward, you like to play it tough, you like to finish your check, that's great, but if you don't drive the net with and without the puck, that's not going to be a skill that's going to translate. We can find a lot of guys who are willing to finish their checks all over the ice, but if we can get a guy who can drive the net as well as do all those things, that's a guy that's got next level potential. Okay? Guys that like to play above the puck. If you play above the puck, and you like to get above the puck, that's going to be a problem. Because now we need speed from behind the puck. Because as soon as you get above the puck, now you get gapped. And as soon as you get gapped, what happens is now you're catching pucks with tight areas. You don't have as much room to make plays. So it's now, there's no problem getting ahead of the play so long as you're more deceptive than you are a true option. But if you're a guy who expects to get pucks as when you're ahead of the play and that's how you want to work, that's going to have a short lifespan. You're going to want to be able to establish speed through the neutral zone from behind the puck where you can be much more effective. For defensemen, recovery speed without body position, without an understanding of what body position really is. If you're willing to give up defensive side positioning over and over and over again because in Bantam you got the speed to be able to recover, that's a short lifespan. Because at the next level, the speed gap that you enjoy now is going to shrink. And if you don't understand defensive side positioning and you're always chasing your tail, that's going to be a problem. So no matter how quick you are, if you're always chasing the play, that's not going to translate. You can have great recovery speed, and you can use that speed for other purposes, but if you're always recovering, that's not going to translate. Position players. I'm a centerman, and that's it. I play center. You get up to you get drafted and you go, or you go to a junior camp or whatever, and you're a center, and that's it. You get put on the wing, and you can't be effective, that could be a problem. Because they're going to have guys that are older, they might be better at that stage, and you're going to have to play in either a lesser role, or you're going to have to move. And if you're not effective, then that's not going to translate. So having the ability to play multiple positions and still be effective, that's a skill that translates. But being a guy that's just one guy, or likes to play one position and that's it, and you can't really play effectively in other positions, that could present itself as a problem. Hope passers. Hope passers are guys who are high-risk players. They tend to make some highlight-of-the-night passes over games, but they also turn the pucks over often because they make a lot of hope passes. That's a skill that's not going to translate. You want to be a high-percentage player. You want to make plays, and it's okay to make risky plays in certain areas of the ice, but if you're always making risky hope passes, that's not going to translate. The last one I want to talk about is speed without timing. So timing has several elements to it. You got to arrive at the right place, at the right time, with speed. If any one of those three elements are missing, then your speed is wasted. So you have to have timing, a good sense of timing, to be able to go. So you could be quick, and you can chase around, and maybe you can capitalize at the level that you're at, because there's going to be many more loose pucks to be able to go get. At another level, that might not be the case. You're going to need some timing to go with that speed, and if you don't have it, that can prevent you from getting the puck more often. So there's tons of skills that don't translate. That's just I wanted to give you a good idea of some skills that don't.